Today, I have the honor of interviewing truly an incredible MC and producer, Wise the God. Wise the God also, in addition to his production and rhymes, organizes shows. He is he has a show coming in on June 6th that everybody needs to make it out to if you're in the DC area at the SongByrd. And we got Wise here. So Wise, I'm gonna go ahead and bring you right in.
Yo,
What up,
yo,
my bro?
what it do, bro?
Thank you so much.
I
Thank you for
appreciate the
coming to the show.
opportunity.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's truly an honor to have you on the Cristopolis show to talk about your music, your production, which you got popping off June 6th, which you got coming up in 2023. We're gonna get into it all. I always love to listen and hear from the artists for them to tell us their story about their musical journey. So if you could share with us how you got started in music and your musical journey, how you fell in love with music, your early influences, and that part of it.
Basically, I got into music when I was 9 years old. I started writing. Didn't really get into recording anything until I would say roughly 10 years ago. And I didn't really take anything serious until I dropped Alejandro's Death in 2018. Excuse me, I'm getting in the elevator now. Um, yeah, but my influences would be, and let me know if I'll do some of the my influences would be Big Pun, Rakim, Onyx, a lot of legends, Karis One, you know what I mean, Slick Rick. I grew up listening to a lot of that stuff at a very, very early age. Um, what was the other question you asked me? My apologies.
No problem. I know, we did the practice right before this, and I know that you were like
Yeah,
get into the spot. You know what I'm saying? So it's
yes,
all
sir.
love, bro. And again, I appreciate you being on the show, and I know that in a second you're gonna be set up and we're gonna be good. But
Yes, sir.
basically, it's talking about how you fell in love with music, and so you're talking about your early influences. You said Big Pun, right? And what are your other like the people that made you want to rap?
The people that made me want to rap, man, Big Pun, Karis One, Rakim, Sticky Fingers from Onyx.
Yeah.
Like a lot of those heavy hitters growing up. When I was listening to them, I got that. Also, Vinny Pass too from Jedi Mantras.
Yeah.
When I would hear these people rap, it sparked that flame. Like, I know I can do this. Especially MF Doom as well. I can't leave MF Doom
Yeah.
out. MF Doom is the one that made me want to produce, because I remember one day I was listening to Food, and I was reading the back. You know how like back in the day when you get the CDs and you're listening
Yeah.
to it for the first time and you're reading all the
The liner
credits.
notes and who the
Yep.
producer, where it got recorded.
Yep.
We lost all that, man.
Yeah. That's a gem. Ain't nothing like listening to an album for the first time and reading the credits and then opening up and seeing the artwork and seeing who did what. And then later in life, when you see those same names, you're like, you did this and this.
Yeah.
And so when I was listening to Food and you open it up and it said, written and produced by MF Doom, I'm like, that's what really sparked the I'm a rap and produce.
Got it.
You
Got it.
So a lot of those, I mean to cut you off, but a lot of those early heavy hitters made me want to do what I do today.
Yeah. What I wanted to ask was, did you produce first or did you rap first?
No, I was rapping first, and then over the years I was learning how to produce, and basically I didn't really take it serious until I dropped my first instrumental album, We'll Rap Later. When I dropped that tape, that's when I knew. I was like, all right, I think I got something here. Because before I was just making beats and just letting the homies listen to it, you know what I mean, and I was just cooking, trying to figure everything out from the how do you do this on this system, you know what I mean? Like on this software, getting everything situated until I got comfortable enough to where I felt like I can put something out. Same thing with writing. When I was rapping at an early age at 9, I used to get clowned in school because I wanted to be a rapper. Nowadays, everybody's a rapper. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what basically got me where I'm at today.
So the earliest body of work that I heard you rapping on was Alejandro's Death.
Yes, sir.
That's like your first project where you're rapping on it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So okay. So first of all, tell us like, what does Alejandro's Death mean? You got some
In 2000
bangers on there, by the way.
Hey, I appreciate it. I'm not gonna lie, that's my least favorite body of work. Just because that was like the first time, because I used to be in a group back in the day, and we was releasing mixtapes and stuff like that. So when I stepped into when I embodied Wise the God completely, that's when I did Alejandro's Death. And Alejandro's Death in 2018, writing it in 2016 and 17, recording it, dropping it 2018. I was going through a lot in life.
Yeah.
I was letting that negative side of me die off because I was doing a lot of street things, you know, getting in trouble with the law, you know what I mean, stuff of that nature. So Alejandro's Death is basically that old side of me. I just, you know, I let that piece of me die off, and then that's when I fully embodied Wise the God, and then I started changing my life around, doing different things, experimenting, and fully focusing on my craft.
I commend you on that, bro.
I appreciate it.
Because we can see from 2018, right? And I don't want to give away everything all at once because I want to walk through your journey, you know what I'm saying? But we can see from 2018 where you made that decision, and 2023 where you're at now, and all the things all the things you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And you can't do that overnight. So
hell no.
I commend you on that.
I appreciate it.
I know that as an artist, you know, you keep growing and evolving, but it's a dope project. And one of the things that stood out to me about the project is you're a student of the culture. You can hear it in the music. Your lyrics are complicated. The beats, the beat patterns, the beat samples, the selection of beats, everything comes from somebody that's really well versed in hip hop culture, the greats that came before us, you know, and all of that, it comes across, even though it's your first project, you can hear it in there. This isn't a guy who's just like, yo, I'm gonna rap. No, this is a student of the culture.
Of course.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I didn't really, when I did the body of work and even time after, I didn't really look at it from that, you know, perspective of the way you described it. I just looked at it as it's my first solo project, and I'm just like, you know what I mean, all the way around. But I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot.
You can hear it in there. You can hear it in there. And what's dope about that project also is that you kind of combined your creativity, because you're rapping, but then you also just got some beats on there. It's like a MC / producer album.
Yeah, exactly. I was experimenting there too.
Yeah,
I was experimenting.
Cool.
I was testing.
You chill with it. You know, you can freestyle to his beats.
Yeah.
You can listen to him. It's cool. Then you had 2 instrumental albums. We'll Rap Later. Right. And you got some bangers on that album.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. I wanted to ask, what are you using to produce? Has it changed? Do you have like a setup that's been your go-to setup?
Yeah.
Because different producers use different software.
Of course. Yeah. Right. To craft those 2 instrumental projects, I'm also dropping the 3rd one later this year, a 3rd installment to the We'll Rap Later series. I'm using Machine. So I'm using native instruments. I'm using that whole program. So that's pretty much been my go-to. I know when I was experimenting with the beats on Alejandro's Death, I was using Ableton Live 9.
Okay.
So I was using the Akia Mini MPK with the beat pad and the piano keys on it. I was using that for a little bit, and then I upgraded because everybody was telling me get a beat machine, get a real beat machine, and I'm like, you know, fine. You know, I finally gave in, and I was like, oh yeah, I ain't never giving this up.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much been my go-to for anything that I produce. I'm using the machine.
Got it. Yeah. That, people keep talking about that. Domingo uses that.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And that's the cat that grew up on the ASR or the MPC, but he's using machine.
Yeah, I've been following Domingo for a long time. Him and my father are close friends. They grew up with each other. Yeah. So I've been dropping all my music through his distribution label with
Media
Media
thing.
Famous. Yup, salute
Dope,
to Media
dope.
Famous. I've been using them. Um, Domingo's a really cool cat. He's very honest. He's very serious about his his body of work. As you can tell, his body of work speaks for itself. You don't even got to
He's a
say
legend.
nothing. Of course, of course. So
Yeah.
it's a blessing to be able to say yeah, I fuck with Domingo. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's dope. Before we jump into everybody's nobody, I want to talk a little bit more about your production since we're talking about it.
of course.
You've also done production for other artists.
Yes,
I
sir.
found a project you worked on, but you rapped on it also with Esco.
Oh
That
yeah,
joint
salute to Esco.
banging.
Yeah, salute to
Yeah,
Esco.
shout
Yeah, I
out
appreciate that.
Esco. I really enjoyed that joint. You had it's called Born to Rap.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell us about that project because you produced that whole
Yeah,
project.
I produced that entire project. It was 2 years in the making. It took a while for it to come out, but I'm proud of that body of work. It's definitely dope. I sat down with Esco in his house, you know what I mean, and craft that entire body of work, put it together. It's definitely a dope project.
What's cool about it is you're Latino.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What's your like where are your parents from?
My mom is from Nicaragua, and my dad's half Puerto Rican, half Colombian.
All right, man. You got the Caribbean, South America, and Central
Yeah,
America.
hell yeah.
That's what's up. I'm
Hell
half
yeah.
I'm half Guatemalan and half Chilean. So
Oh,
I'm
word.
Central American and South American.
Yeah,
But I think you're the first brother I've ever met that's like Caribbean. You got
yeah.
all the Latin America.
All the flavors.
You got all the
Yeah.
flavors. That's what's up. All
Hell
right.
yeah.
What I thought was really cool about Born to Rap was how he flows in Spanish.
Yeah.
Right? So he flows in Spanish, you flow in English over boom bap beats. I thought that was really, really dope.
Yeah.
How did that, like, was that the plan? Were you doing like a project for him and then you did one track and then you said, I'm gonna just do all of them? How did that whole thing work out?
So the way that album turned out was he just wanted beats and then he convinced me to rap on it. I'm like, that's why I'm not rapping on the entire album with him.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to be one of those guys who were like, I'm producing, but I'm also gonna rap on the entire thing with you. I wanted that to be my first fully produced album, and I just wanted to be producer. Like if you see the cover of the album, I'm just holding up the B pad and I'm blocking my face.
Yeah.
You know what
That's right.
I mean? So I didn't want it to be like just people to focus on me.
96, he's got 92,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So that's the only way you can really tell who's who, of course. But I didn't want to rap on the whole album, and if it was up to me, I would have rapped on none of them. I just wanted my boy to shine on my beats, you know what I mean, and just put out that body of work so it can be a fully produced album by me, and that's that. But he convinced me. I eat, breathe, sleep this. So I was like, fuck it, I'll rap on it, and I chose specific tracks to rap on, and then that's how we put that body of work out. And it's crazy that you mentioned that album. That album actually slipped my mind a little bit because I don't listen to none of my music unless it's something that I'm performing.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, there's
Yeah.
so much dope music out there, and
Right.
it feels weird listening to yourself sometimes. I'm
Yeah.
glad he convinced you, bro. You kill it on that album.
I appreciate it.
And I really like the way that the Spanish goes with the English. You know what I'm saying? I love
Yeah.
Spanish rap. I speak Spanish, and I love rapping Espanol. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's really cool when you got a dude that's like rapping in Spanish, and then another artist, another voice comes in and kills it
Right.
in English, and you're dope on the mic.
I appreciate
So
it. I appreciate it.
yeah.
Salute to Esco too. Salute to Esco.
Yeah, yes. Salute to Esco. That was a dope project. I like a lot the Si No Me Quieres.
Oh yeah, that's my
Right.
favorite.
That's your
Yeah,
favorite?
yeah, that's my favorite. That beat
Actually,
is crazy.
so what's interesting about that track, and other, it's not new. A lot of producers, we talked about Domingo a little while ago, right? There's such a rich library of Spanish music, especially
Right,
those records that have that sound, that Mad Lib, that Alchemist, that DJ Muggs, that DJ Premier,
right.
that boom bap sound, that Domingo sound, that 60s, 70s, early 80s gems, the people. Yeah, it's a whole art.
Right.
There's a whole art to like
Yep.
finding those records that nobody knows about. And there's a massive library, I think, of untapped gems. Everybody knows James Brown,
Yeah, of
right?
course, of
Everybody knows
course.
Bill Withers. Everybody, that library has been used, and because they're the greats.
Used
But there's
and
this
abused.
used and abused, right? But Si No Me Quieres, you really are digging into that Latin library
Of
of
course.
untouched sounds. Are there more like that with that Latin vibe coming from you in the future? More production?
Yeah, yeah, of course. I've been digging in that bag for years. I wanted to touch stuff that wasn't normally touched by everybody. I know I see my homie Alchemista in the comments. Me and him got a couple joints. I believe that are already out. He's filmed some videos, so you should definitely check him out. That had that Latin flavor. Um, but definitely my next beat tape is all Latin samples. All Latin samples.
Is it gonna
About
be
12.
like part three? Is it gonna be like We'll Rap Later, part three?
Yep. Yeah,
That's dope.
it's gonna be part three to the installment.
All right, all right. Man, I'm trying not to get ahead of myself. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause there's so much I want to talk with you about. Okay, so how do I phrase this question? Is it coming when is it drop? It's dropping after June,
Yeah.
after the next project you got coming?
Yeah, I usually drop the beat tapes in November
Yeah.
just to end the year off. But
Okay.
I'm thinking about dropping it in August.
Yeah.
But I might do, I don't know. I'm still trying to work on how I'm gonna drop it. But if anything is coming out in November,
Okay.
just
Got
just
it. Got it.
so I could end the year off. But you'll get a copy though before everybody else.
Thank you, my
For
brother.
sure. All
Thank you so
day.
much.
All
I'm
day.
excited about that. 'Cause I think that that's really cool too to tap into those Latin samples.
Of
'Cause
course.
there's so much there.
Of
There's so
course.
much
There's
there.
there's there's so much dope. Like when I would ride around with my moms when I was a kid, and there was stuff like that I would hear. I'm like, oh man, like that just sounds so dope. I don't know. And then it's just certain things that I remember from my childhood, and I'll go digging and finding. I'm like, oh man, I'm surprised nobody has
Yeah.
touched this. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or just just hasn't touched it.
Yeah, me too, man. Similar experience, like in the house, or finding my mom's old tapes, my mom's old vinyl. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And like gems, just
yeah.
gems on there. You know?
So much untouched gems. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. That's dope, man. I want to make sure we plug this right now. I was on your BeatStars. You got fire production,
I appreciate that.
fire production on
I
there.
appreciate that.
If people want to reach you directly for a custom beat, if people want to learn more about your beats, how do they go about finding your beats so that they can get production from you?
You can find my beats on the BeatStars page at Wise the God. Just type my name in, I pop right up. Or you can just reach me directly on Instagram, Y703. You know what I'm saying? Just reach me direct. Let me know. I answer my messages. I'm not hard to get a hold of. You shoot me a message. I see it. We talk. We work business out. If the numbers make sense, a custom beat is definitely going to be in your lap. But I'm definitely not hard to get in touch with.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. Let's talk about Everybody's Nobody.
My favorite body of
That's
work.
a dope album. It's man. So essentially, everything that I used for the promo came from that album. There was multiple tracks I had to decide between because it's got so many bangers.
Yes, sir.
Can you talk to us about that body of work, where you were when you put it together, what Everybody's Nobody means, and just kind of walk us through it?
All right, so I'm gonna start with how I decided the name for the album.
Yeah.
So everybody's nobody. I was going through at that time when I created the album, where I was writing it and crafting it and putting that body of work together. I was going through a lot of depression. You know, I was going through it, going through different things in life. Um, I can be bipolar sometimes. You know, I'm a Gemini, so you know it comes with this territory. But I was going through a lot, and I was just trying to put what I was feeling out. You know, I feel very underrated when it comes to my line of work. I feel like even with family things, you know, people not reaching out, or if I reach out and they don't reach back, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
To where I would feel like, man, I just ain't nobody. You know, I'm working this hard to write all these lyrics, make all these beats, and I'm not getting the recognition that I feel like that I deserve. You know, but at that time I wasn't. I had to put my 10,000 hours in. You know, that's what comes with it. But I was letting, you know, my depression get the best of me. So I was feeling like I'm a nobody. If I'm a nobody, everybody's a nobody. You know, we're all nobodies trying to become a somebody in life. You know, trying to chase this dream and have this household name and make something of ourselves. You know, with any craft. You know what I mean? With rapping, producing, podcasting. You know, you want to build the best house. You know what I mean? Like things like that. So you know, we're all trying to be something in life, somebody. So that's how I came up about that name. And
It's a dope name. It's a dope, and it's sticky. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
Everybody's
yeah,
nobody. That's
yeah,
just, you got to think about it, and then it's like, oh, that's dope.
yeah, yeah, yeah. As soon as I was half asleep when I was writing it, because I was going through it. I'm sitting on the balcony where I used to live at in Alexandria City. On my balcony, I'm smoking with my dad, and the name just popped to me because that's how I got the "We'll Rap Later" name. Because the way my dad ends his conversations on the phone is like with me, we'll be talking on the phone, and then I'm like, "Ah, yo, peace." And he'll be like, "I will rap later." And he said that to me so many times.
Oh,
Yeah, he said that to me so many times. I'm like, I'm using that shit one day.
yeah.
You know, I'm using it.
Well, and
So
it
I
means something to you. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? That's pops.
yeah, that's pops.
Yeah.
So that's how he ends to this day. He ends his conversation like that with me. You know, I'll be like, "All right, pops, you know, I'm holler at you later." He's like, and I go, "Peace." He goes, "I will rap later." Hangs the phone up. You know what I mean? So that's how I got that name. But yeah, I was back to everybody's nobody. I was on the balcony. I was smoking with him, and the name just popped because my dad plays a big part in my sound today. If it wasn't for my dad getting me hit to a lot of the greats, you know, a lot of the legends that I mentioned earlier, my sound will probably be totally different right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I was leaning more towards, I, I was listening to like Eminem and, you know, 3 6 Mafia
Yeah.
and whatever
Yeah.
was playing on the radio. I'm not gonna lie, my dad's a hater because my dad holds hip hop with a
Right. Rap.
really high,
Rap.
yeah, that's the, you know, a really high standard. So he's like, man, that ain't real hip hop. Listen to this. And then he would give me stacks of CDs, Wu-Tang, like every, you know, all these CDs, De La Soul and Killer Priest. And I'm going through all these CDs as a kid. So my dad definitely plays a big role in my sound today. So when I was crafting that album, like I said, I was going through a lot. I was fighting a federal gun charge at the time. So I mentioned that on the album as well. But I put that album together with a lot of my homies, you know, like Will Poe. You know, he's from Chirilawa, from a part of Alexandria. My boy Willie Ways, he's
I know
from
about Shitty House
Delray.
City. I know
Yeah,
about it.
yeah. So yeah, that's not too far from where I'm at. I'm from the west side of Alexandria.
Okay.
So you know, everybody on the album is from Alexandria.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So when I was putting that together, and salute to my homie Cross Damone, he was on Who Wanna Bet, you know.
Yeah, that track is such a banger.
That and it's produced by Young Bangers too, Stu Banger's son.
Get out of here.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, I didn't catch that. Oh,
yeah.
that's what's up. Stu
That's
Bangers.
yeah,
Oh,
Stu
no, Young
Bangers.
Bangers. Young
No, yeah,
Bangers.
it's Young Bangers. Yeah. Yeah. So and I got that beat when they first started putting beats out on their BeatStars page. Cause I was shopping for Stu Banger's
Yeah.
beat and I'm looking and then I saw on his Instagram that his son had just started making beats. I think he
Yeah.
was like 10 years old or
Yeah.
something like that, 9, 10 years old. And I found that beat and I immediately fell in love. And I'm like, oh, this has gotta be on the album,
Wow.
you know? Yeah.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Hey, so before I forget, man, and you maybe already thought about this, maybe you've already done it, but you need to record your pop saying we'll rap later.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Because there's some apps where you can record stuff on the phone,
Mhm.
right? I don't have one right now. I used to do these like interviews and I do them on the phone. I interviewed Domingo on the phone years ago. They exist,
Word.
you know what I'm saying? But one day
Yeah.
just take a step, be like, yo, I'm gonna record this joint and put it on the joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I even got some songs that we put out back in the day of my dad rapping. You know, my dad has bars. You know what I mean? He
That's
doesn't he,
dope.
he doesn't take it as serious as he does today, which I'm always trying to pressure him to getting back in the spitting, but sometimes life takes us in different directions, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope. So you were telling us about Everybody's Nobody, right? So that gives us the background of the name of the album.
Right.
Do you have, Who Wanna Bet, that track produced by Young Bangers? I didn't know he produced it. That's amazing.
Yeah.
You got MF Facts. He's
Yeah.
got such a dope sample, right? That
Yeah.
joint is the
My
best.
homie Crooked J made that beat.
Yeah.
He's fired. He's fired. He made that joint right in front of me too. What we used to do back a couple years ago before everybody moved and went started doing their adult life.
Yeah.
We used to just meet up. It was me, Crooked J, Local Beats. We used to meet up every other day and just make beats. Local Beats had a 3-6 Mafia sound, and Crooked J had, as you heard, MF Facts. He had that flavor, and then I had my sound, and we would all cook beats in the same room, and then we'll see who's finished first, plug it the aux in, and play whatever we made that day. And I remember Crooked J was cooking that beat up, and I'm like, bro, I need that, son. I'm like, I need that.
The sample's so crazy on that, man. It's
Crazy.
so dope.
Crazy.
It's so dope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of my favorite ones.
The other joint that I just instantly fell in love with and added it to my playlist and everything was Brain Dance.
That's love. Yeah, Brain Damage is pretty dope. I try to test my abilities on my rhyme schemes. Brain Damage is produced by Johnny Slash. Salute to Johnny Slash.
Salute to Johnny Slash. That's such a dope track. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The rhymes are intricate. The beat, the piano riff is complex. The intricate rhymes with the complex piano, banger.
I appreciate that. That means a lot.
Yeah, brother. You got a new album dropping.
Yes, sir.
Can you talk to us about it?
Yes, sir. God Works in Mysterious Ways. That's fully produced by Fendi Pendergrass. He's a ATL native. You know what I mean? Very cool cat. I somehow came across his BeatStars page, just digging through, trying to find new beats, and I have this habit of just looking for endless beats. I have endless playlist of all sorts. Yeah, he's right there in the comments.
Shout out Fendi Pendergrass.
Yeah, salute to my boy. He's very cool cat. Very down to earth. I fuck with him. You can tell he's a very genuine person. So I linked up with him, bought a couple beats, and then I just decided, like, bro, we got to do an album. Yeah. His beats are so fire. You'll get that first too. You know what I'm saying? Before it drops all day. That's what I've been working on lately. I actually dropped the first single for that. I was having difficulties getting on streaming platforms because of a sample. I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But it's on my Instagram page. It's featuring Isai. Salute to my boy Isai. So yeah, I decided that we need to do albums, so we're gonna do two albums.
So is the album God Works in Mysterious Ways, is it done, or are you wrapping it up?
I'm right now I'm like 60% finished. I still got about 2 or 3 more songs to fully record and then get it mixed and mastered and then send it off to the masses, and then and that's that.
That's dope, man. I can't wait to hear that joint.
Yeah, it's gonna. I'm trying to appreciate it. I'm trying to top the last album. As you can see, the time gap. It's been a 2-year time gap. I've been through a lot. Almost died this time last year.
Wow.
I had a lot of health scares, surgeries, a lot of stuff that put life on hold for a little bit, and trying to bounce back. But no matter what, I'm not joking when I say I live eat, breathe, sleep hip hop.
Yeah.
You know, when I was fresh out the hospital, not even a week later, I was at the shows, pulling up, you know, pale, purple in the lips. You know what I mean? Couldn't even
You
walk,
had to,
out
yeah.
of breath. And yeah, I was still there. I'm not gonna lie, that's what kept me going in the hospital. I was in the hospital for a whole month. I had I have a blood clot issue. I still got blood clots to this day. In my right lung, I had surgery because I had pneumonia. My right lung collapsed. You know what I mean? I'm all scarred up on my ribs. My arms are scarred up, but you know, it kept me going in the hospital. And I'm like, all right, you know, once I get out of here, I know I'm timing everything. I'm like, I got to be at the show. This, that, you know what I mean? Trying to keep everything going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's where that name comes from. God works in mysterious ways, because life is very unpredictable, and we never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Once we get off this live, you know what I mean? Once we leave the house, you never know what's gonna happen. Life is unpredictable. So God works in mysterious ways. There's a reason why I'm still here, kicking, doing what I'm, you know, supposed to do, chasing my dreams and trying to get everything off the ground, you know. And I'm thankful to be surrounded by a lot of talented people. You know, salute to everybody on the lineup for the June 6th show. Salute to Fendi, you know, Chris De La Cruz. Salute to Mad Max, Isai, you know, UPT Cheeto, J Flame, you know, Steve Nicks. All these people play a big part across the moan. Like, I don't want to leave nobody out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But all these people play a part in me keeping the ball going. You know what I mean? And me still finding hope in this shit. You know what I mean? Because like
Yeah.
now I'm seeing all my friends, you know, popping a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna say a little bit. They doing their thing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Everybody's getting to where they supposed to be at. You know what I'm saying? And it's motivation to be like, I bet I know I'm not too far
Yeah.
from what I'm supposed to be at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's crazy because like all this shit that I've been through, you know, part of my language, but it's
It's
just
the
the
internet.
beginning.
It's the internet,
Yeah,
bro. It's
facts.
all good. You gotta be yourself. It's all love.
Facts. Um, it's sometimes it's mind-boggling, you know what I mean, to sit here and then see all your friends and all your colleagues, and then you see what they got going on, and you see everything going, and they're finally getting their recognition, and they're doing all this dope shit. And you're like, I bet I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. It's the same circle. I'm right there with you. You know what I mean? Just a couple steps behind, but I'm gonna get mine. I'm gonna get mine one way or the other.
For years, you know, places like Queens, Brooklyn, Atlanta, different circles, Oakland, they prop each other up. They come together and they do it together. And the
Right.
DMV has never had that.
Right.
The DMV's always been like lack of identity. It's like three different areas. You know, is Virginia better than Maryland? DC's got its own, you know, that's what's always been different, right?
Right.
What y'all are doing right now is you're creating what they've had, you know, what they've been doing in places like New Orleans and Atlanta,
Right.
Queens, Brooklyn, where folks are coming together and everybody's getting on. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's a beautiful thing that y'all are doing. Thank you for your testimony about what you've gone through, the challenges with your health. God bless you. I hope you're well, and we want to see you win, my brother.
I appreciate
You know what I'm saying?
that.
We
I
want to see you
appreciate that.
win. And I do feel like the force is strong with you, my bro. You know,
Yeah.
side note, but I think it's important to say, I thought about that today. Separate, I didn't know the story that you told me, right? But the way that this interview came, the way that it came together, you know what I'm saying? We were talking, and then boom, there was the opportunity. And now it's like, look at God. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we were just talking and the way it happened.
Right.
And I thought about it like that, you know, and then now you told me your testimony, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, man, you keep doing, you're going somewhere, and it's all happening and lining up for you like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
So
appreciate it.
you talked about the June 6th show. You named some of the
Mm,
people there. Let's talk
yeah.
about the June 6th. Let's unpack it. Where's the June 6th show at?
All right. So the June 6th show is going to be at SongByrd Music House, in DC. If anybody in the area wants to pull up to the show, the flyers on my page. Pull up tickets. I got the link in my bio for the tickets. We're doing about 7 shows. I'm dropping the tour flyer in a couple days. I'm wrapping up the final venues and stuff like that. And we're attacking all shows in the DMV area, like all venues in the DMV area, Virginia, DC, Maryland. And basically for SongByrd, it's gonna be a dope show. We got the lineup is incredible. You know what I mean? It's all my friends that I've been working with for the past 2 years, because I was partnered with some other people, and we was doing shows with them, and then I finally stepped off and do my to do my own thing, and so that's what was going on for June 6th. June 6th is gonna be a hell of a show. If anybody in the area misses it, you're missing out. That's on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of rising legends, and I'm gonna stand strong by that statement. A lot of these people on the lineup is incredible. They got a incredible body of work. You know what I mean? It's extremely serious about their craft. You know what I mean? From merch to the sound to their image. It's gonna be a dope show. It's gonna be a really dope show.
Yeah. So we mentioned it, and you kind of shouted out a lot of the people that you're working with, but I want to make sure we make clear who's at the June 6th show at the SongByrd, right? You're going to be hosting and you're going to perform, but what other names do you got at the show?
All right, so I'm gonna be hosting and performing. I got Nature Boy on as DJing. If you don't know who Nature Boy is, look into him. He's dope. Right now he's on tour with the Jizza doing out there in Colorado. He's got a lot of dope shit going on. Performing is gonna be Steve Nicks. Salute to my guy. I just did a video with him called Torino.
That video's dope.
Yeah, that video is crazy.
That's
salute.
a dope track.
Yeah, hell yeah. So I got Steve Nicks, Janira, Isai, Chris De La Cruz, Liberated Scarfaces, Jay Nixon, Jay Flame, Soulplex. Soulplex is gonna be. They sell merch at all my shows. They got incredible merch. You know what I mean? Who else? I was trying to count my fingers on how many, because it's like 12 of us.
How many acts total is it?
It's 12. It's gonna be 12.
But it's a bargain.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You be stupid if you don't get in on this now while we're still, we still here. You know what I mean? Where we can still do this and then network with everybody and be in arm's reach. You know what I'm saying? Like we really there for the fans, because being an up and coming artist is hard sometimes.
Yeah.
Trying to get that support from people, and then when you get like regulars coming to the show and you just get people to come out, it means a lot to us. You know what I mean? It means a lot, especially at the beginning stages of our career, trying to get everything off the ground. But salute to SongByrd for allowing us to go and perform and do our thing and showcase what we got going on.
Yeah, that is dope that they did that. I mean, nowadays the main way, because the music is the calling card. You like an artist, you like the beat, you like their vibe and everything, but you're not going to make a lot of money off of streaming services. The money comes from the show. The money comes from the merch. Yeah,
if I can go and do those, hard case CDs and make a stupid profit off of it, I would.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because streaming is a slap in the face. You know, we're paying all this money, for the merch, and we're paying all this money for the studio time and the time that we put into writing and getting everything down pat as an artist, and then going in, those painful hours in the studio where you're exhausted after 5 hours, but you still got to keep going to get this shit done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a slap in the face. You get like a quarter of a penny per stream.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm gonna be, if I get 1 million streams, I want $1 million+ dollars.
That's right.
You know what I mean? But you don't even come close to that. Not even close. So I'm not really a fan of streaming so much. But it's the best way to get your music out fast to a wide body of people. Yeah. But definitely I'm going to be looking into getting vinyls and CDs and stuff like that to bring that back. So that way, make some real revenue off the time, the blood, sweat, and tears we put into creating these projects.
People love vinyl, but it's expensive to press up. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, it is. It is 100%. But I if I was to do it, I would do it more as a collective, a collectible item for a specific item, and I'm only pressing 20.
Right. A limited run. You do have dope merch, though. I saw
the
sweatshirts and the different merch that you have. Talk to us about that logo.
I make all my logos.
Oh, there it is, right there.
Yeah. I'm a walking billboard, you know what I'm saying? I advertise, You know, I all I do is wear my. Oh, I'm not wearing a t-shirt right now. I was gonna show you the t-shirt, but you know, that's I walk around, you know, in my merch because you know if I'm trying to get it out there, the best ways for me, I'm all over the place. I'm always networking. I'm in the studio. I'm out in the streets. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here, and the best ways to wear your own shit. You know what I'm saying? Or your friends' shit too. Like salute to Soulplex. I be rocking a lot of their gear too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And their threads is pretty nice. But yeah, I make all my own logos, all my covers, all my logos, anything that you've seen, any video edits and stuff like that on my page. You know, I've done it all. All that's me.
If somebody wants to buy one of those dope sweatshirts or t-shirts, how do they go about doing that?
Right now, I'm working on a website, so I have, you know, everything's a one-stop shop. So you can go there, buy beats, features, you know, albums, all that fun stuff, you know, merch. But right now, I'm doing everything DMs. If you DM me on Instagram, you shoot me a message on my artist page on Facebook. I'm like I said earlier, I'm not hard to reach, and I definitely have a fast response when it comes to messages.
Right.
So yeah, as you can see, you know what I mean.
Right now,
yeah,
connection's dope.
yeah. So I'm definitely there for people that want to reach out and support the brand. So anybody that shoots me a message, anything like that, I answer. You know, what color, what size, which one you got, because I have multiple. Right now I have 3 logos. I have the producer one, you know, it says "Why is the God?" Then it has the beat pad and my city on it. And then this is the artist one that has, you know, my name and the gas mask. And then I have another producer one that I came out with that had like the Godfather puppet hand with the holding the beat pad up, and then the back has a no free beats with a Uzi on it. So yeah, all you gotta do is just shoot me a message. I'm gonna answer. You know what I mean, and I'll ship that joint out to you.
Yeah, you that's dope. DM him, get the swag, support the artist.
Oh yeah, that means a lot. It goes far.
I think you're a movie head, right? Because like you got the Narcos sample. In one of your joints. You got the King of New York sample in another joint. Right, you got the Godfather joint that you're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
right?
I'm a movie head.
Yeah. What are some of your, you know, separate from the music, so that people have more context about the artist? You know what I'm saying? What are some of your favorite joints?
Man, I'm gonna go super left.
Yeah.
The Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
You know, I fuck with. You know what I mean? Like I fuck with. I'm a movie head, so I love all types of movies. You know, the Last Dragon, the Warriors.
Those are all classic joints.
Yeah,
I'm just Vanity of the Last Dragon. Come on, bro.
Yeah. Like I'm real heavy in kung fu flicks. You know what I'm saying? When I was growing up, the Shaolin Drunkard, like like I'm just a movie head in general. I think a lot of movies play a good part in my vision and things, from how I stand as an artist to the samples that I use. You know what I mean? I feel like that adds a lot of flavor to what I'm making as well. But I try not to use a lot of kung fu samples, you know, because I love the RZA. And I don't want to feel like I have a Wu-Tang tattoo on my leg. You know what I'm saying?
It's for real. Like the love is there.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. But you know, I'm just a big movie head. You know what I mean? I love watching movies. That's all I do. If I, you know, in my downtime when I'm not writing, you know, making beats or putting together shows, I'm watching movies, and you know, a lot of it gives me ideas.
Yeah. I could relate 100%. I always got something going on, even if it's in the background, because I feel like that. I feel like it's like getting ideas. It's almost like flipping through a magazine, but I don't got to do the flipping. You know? Like I was writing
the last couple of tracks for God Works in Mysterious Ways while watching the Johnny Depp movie Black Mass on mute.
Yeah.
I'm watching Black Mass on mute, and I'm just sitting in the living room at 2 a.m, and I'm like listening to the beat in my headphones, and I'm just like, all right, do, and I'm just watching a movie, and I'm like, all right, you know, this is where I'm taking this, you know, that gritty suspense thriller feeling, and I put that in my rhymes.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's like everything influences you, right? And those are great creative minds also, but what you take from it, and you know what you do with that interpretation in the music and lyrics and beats is completely different. You know what I'm saying? But it's an inspiration.
100%. I could be sitting there watching fucking St. Elmo's Fire, just for shits and giggles, you know what I mean? But cartoons, anything, it doesn't matter what it is. It definitely plays an influence in just crafting idea, even if it's a bar. Like I remember I was watching St. Elmo's Fire, and I came up with a Molly Ringwald, bar.
Yeah.
It's little things like that movies definitely play a huge part in the process. 100%.
That's dope. That's dope. You're the owner of More Than Music Fest.
Yes, sir.
Can you talk to us about that, the shows you've put on? I did some research, and I saw that you also used to organize some open mics a few years back, right? So
yes,
there's
sir.
You've been building shows for a long time. You're not just at the SongByrd on June 6th. This is coming. There's hours and work and lots of events. Talk to us about the whole thing.
I was working with some other cats doing the open mics for about 2 years. Then I decided to do my own thing. Isai plays a big part in the name. I was like struggling to come up with a name that sticks to people. You know what I mean? And I was talking to a couple people. None of the ideas was names were sticking for me. I reached out to Isai. He gave me a couple names, and I'm like, and then he said more than music. You know what I mean? And I was like, I even think he said More Than Music Fest or something of that nature, like More Than Music. And it stuck with me. And then at one of the shows that I did at DC9 in February, I was hosting, and I got real into my set, and I remember saying, this is more than music, this is my life, this shit is deeper than just music, more than music. So I gotta definitely give him his flowers for helping with the name, and coming up with something that sticks, and I ran with it. You know what I mean? So I was doing open mics for a couple of years with another party. Decided to do my own thing. Teamed up with some other people. Salute the Mind of a Hustler. They played a big part in helping with booking and helping me with pulling up to venues and building relationship with a lot of these people and sponsors and stuff like that. So that's basically how I got there.
Yeah. That's dope, man. I think the name is dope.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. And it's cool. It's amazing what a name does, because you look at somebody like Nems, for instance.
Oh yeah,
right?
Nems is
and
crazy.
He's kind of like the king of that, right? Bing Bong, Fuck Your Life, Mayor Coney Island, right?
Yeah.
Don't you ever disrespect me, right?
Like what he used to say back in the day. I've been listening to them for a long time when he used to go with Necro and Ill Bill, and Psychological. And I remember I heard him. It was with Skinny Nems. It wasn't Big Nems.
The battle Nems.
Battle Nems. So I remember I was watching one of those street interviews, and he was like, "Go fuck your life. Your mother's a Gunther." And I'm like, "Oh,"
right.
I'm like, "This guy's crazy."
Yeah. And it's those moments though, and more than music, right? It's like they're catchy, they're sticky.
Yeah, it's catchy,
right?
Yep. And it definitely has
everybody's nobody, right? It's catchy.
Right. I believe names have to be clever, catchy, and rolls off the tongue nice, so it catches the attention of people. Because I know when I heard FYL, the Fuck Your Life, I was like, I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Like, that's a brand?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's on the shopping bag. Right?
The Fuck Your Life. So I was like, oh, I'm like, this is crazy. Like, stuff like that plays a big role in bringing people in. I feel like you have to have catchy shit, you know what I'm saying, in order to bring in the audience. I remember on Everybody's Nobody, just because around that time, Sean Price had just passed away. Not too long after that, and I was I'm gonna keep it real with you. I cried when Sean Price passed away, because Sean Price was
too early, bro. He left too early.
He left way too soon, and Sean Price was at the top of the people that I wanted to work with one day. Like if he was the number one, he was the number one. You know what I mean? I know every single Sean Price song, lyric by lyric. So when I say your mother's a man, you know what I'm saying, and your father's your mother, like that, like when I say stuff like that on the last album, was a salute to Sean Price. You know what I mean? Because I'm a huge Sean Price head. When he was with Helter Skelter, You know what I mean? Like back in it, like all that. You know, I fuck with Sean Price heavy,
Yeah.
and he left way too soon. So stuff like that, like you gotta have catchy sayings. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Nah, that's dope, man. That's dope. Look, I think sky's the limit for you, my bro. You're a dope rapper. You're a dope producer,
I
right?
appreciate that.
You're organizing shows and you're kind of creating your own movement,
Right.
right? You got merch. You've got a good business mind for the branding. I think truly sky's the limit for you. Before we wrap, any other things that you got popping off you want to let people know about, and where can people find you online?
I got a lot of projects in the works. Like I said earlier, I got, you know, God Works in Mysterious Ways. It's gonna drop the end of June, mid to the end of June. Entirely produced by Fendi Pendergrass. We're gonna have a second installment probably drop right before World Rap Later 3 in November. I got a bunch of singles coming out in the following month in July, August. I got some Johnny Slash joints coming out. Yeah, it's a lot. You know, I'm working on a bunch of beat tapes. We got the Chasing the Sun tour that's gonna run from June till November. So June and July, we're gonna be in the DMV area, all over VA, DC, Maryland, and August, September, we're going straight up north to we're gonna start in DC and then we're gonna go straight up to like Connecticut, all the way up there for about August to September, and then October, November, we're going Midwest to the West Coast. So, you know, I got you with a ticket, bro.
Hit me up when you're in LA.
Yeah, you know, I got you. You know, I got you. It's all love. So, you know, that's what I got going on for the rest of the year. A bunch of collabs with people. Me and my homie Cross the Moan, we're working on a project. Me and Steve Nicks, we're working on a project. We also got a podcast in the works called the Godcast. Steve Nicks has his brand New God.
Okay.
He just dropped the project too, so I feel like you should definitely. I'm gonna tell him to reach out to you, but I think he should definitely come on here and speak his truth. You know what I'm saying? He's super fucking dope. He's bar crazy. I'm gonna definitely shoot you his Instagram page and, you know, anything he got going on. So yeah. I got projects in the works with him, with a podcast coming out soon. Yeah, man, it's just a lot of traveling, a lot of building, you know what I mean, and try to solidify this legacy.
That's dope, man. You're gonna kill it in 2023.
Yeah.
It makes me so happy to see you, you know what I'm saying? Like, with a big vision. You need to think big, dude, and you're crushing it. You know, it especially warms my heart knowing what you went through last year, and to see you be like, look, man, ain't nothing guaranteed. Let's go for it. You know?
Yeah, ain't nothing guaranteed. You know, I've had moments where I wanted to give up, and I was ready to throw in the towel and be like, fuck it, this is too much. This is too overwhelming. And when I was going through all that with my health, my tia had just got murdered that December. You know, so I'm dealing with mourning of a loss of somebody extremely close to me who I was living with, and then I get hospitalized, and then I go through all this, and then I overcome that. So as long as you know, you have faith in yourself and you're just positive about everything, and you really got something to look forward to, chase it until you get there. Even when you do get there, just keep going. Don't let nothing stop you. Don't let depression stop you. Other situations stop you. Don't let nothing stop you from your goal in life, your journey, which you're meant to do. You know what I mean? If you're meant to build motorcycles and start, you know, and to paint paintings, you know, put all that energy into that.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna have, you know, you would have many, you know, fascinating conversations like today. Like, I didn't realize how dope some of my work was until you said it. Because I'm not thinking that way. You know what I mean? So, like, that's my advice for everybody. Don't let nothing stop you. Keep going, chase your dreams. Because, you know, we only got one life to live. You know, like, tomorrow ain't never guaranteed. You know, so let me be that motivation. I overcame death, looked death in the face. I'm still going through a lot of stuff. I just found out I have a heart problem. You know what I mean? Like, I'm on different meds. I still haven't fully gained full color of my lips, my face. I'm still going through a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Just don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Keep chasing it. Keep chasing it. Even when you're there, just keep going, because shit ain't guaranteed. Ain't nothing guaranteed. The only thing that's guaranteed in life is death.
That's right.
because we're all gonna get there one day. We're all gonna die, so you might as well live your best life right now when you can, especially when you get opportunities and one door closes and 5 others open. You better utilize that. You better, you know what I mean? Like you better use that to your best ability. You know what I mean? Especially when the universe knows, man. The universe just knows. It knows when it's your time, and you know too when shit finally starts going the way you want it to.
That's awesome, man. And your star is rising.
I hope so. I hope so. I appreciate the opportunity you gave me to get on here, especially at short notice too. We spoke yesterday.
Yeah.
I had reached out to you about getting on your platform because I really fuck with your platform.
Thank you so much.
And I think you're really doing a dope thing on here, letting people come on here, speak their truth, you know, giving their flowers to people that need it. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we can make all this body of work, but getting that recognition is what we need sometimes to keep us going, to keep us motivated, to keep us doing the next thing and bigger and better things. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that really keeps people going in life.
Absolutely.
That's why I always show love to everybody.
Yeah. It's all love all the time, my bro.
All day.
I'm looking forward to that album.
Oh, you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
And I salute you, my brother. It's been an honor having you on.
It's been an honor being on your platform. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. 2023 is gonna be amazing for you, bro. You got big things popping, and don't stop, my man. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, my brother.
All love.
Talk to you soon.
Peace.